Hey everyone, it's Kelsey at Gabriel with Mrs. B, and I'm here today just to walk through our savings spreadsheet. I used this actually when we were getting out of debt just to track our snowball, and then I've been using it throughout baby step 3 to get our emergency fund, and then now I also use it for our different sinking funds as well. So over time, I've been changing up what our sinking funds actually have been. I used to do the envelope system too, in which I would put cash aside each month for different sinking funds like car maintenance. However, after a while, I realized that it was just, for us, too much cash laying around at home. So I ended up just putting it into a savings account and then tracking our sinking funds in this spreadsheet. So this is how I do it. If it works for you, you could do something similar. I really like it, and then I check in on it often, and it's fun to look back on as well. So first off, I have our sinking funds right now are obviously our house fund. We will be closing at the end of April as long as everything goes well, which so far so good. So most of this money will actually be transferred out of, this is in a Capital One 360 performance account. And it's gaining some good interest in that account compared to many savings accounts. And I wanted to have access to it because I didn't know when we would be getting a house. So it's just sitting there for now. And actually, I do have to look at, it did get interest for the month of March. So I will update that. It's about $30 of interest that it made, which is pretty awesome. So that's one, obviously. And then car maintenance is one I've kept throughout this entire time. And that is for oil changes, or what happened to us in February was my car, I stayed late after work one day, and at like 5:30 I went out to my car and my car wouldn't start. And we tried jumping it, a couple of us, and of course it was like the most cold day and it didn't start. I had to get a tow. Luckily our car insurance covers one tow a year. So the tow was free. I did tip the guy, but then it turned out to be the starter. So that's what that money came from. So it's really nice to have some money set aside in case something like that comes up. It's not as big of a deal to our budget. Then we have one for cats. This is mainly for food or vet, litter, things like that. We haven't really had to use it for anything major, just the regular expenses. So I usually put money aside each month, and then if I purchase the food and litter during the month, then I don't put anything into the sinking fund, but if there's anything left over, it kind of rolls over into the sinking fund. Another one is entertainment and vacation, and that is for like big concerts, or if we're gonna go travel, go on vacation somewhere, we save up. That was a big one when we went on our road trip. Gift money is just what it sounds like, that it's for any birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, that kind of thing. Miscellaneous, I was primarily using that when I was saving up for some of my college classes, which now I don't have to pay any more tuition for quite some time unless they go back to get a second master's degree or something. And then interest is just the interest in our regular savings account. So currently, actually before this month, we had a Chase checking account and savings account, and then a Capital One savings account. We're going with UW Credit Union for our mortgage, and we get a discount and all if we have a UW Credit Union account. So you can see down here I put in a note that I canceled our Chase savings and kind of swapped it out with a UW Credit Union savings. All right, so what I have it set up as is that some of these, when they add up, it just shows me the total that it's in Capital One and then how much is in UW Credit Union. So the ones in UW Credit Union are the car maintenance, cat fund, entertainment, gift money, and then the interest that the account makes. So that's sitting in there. That's more, I can easily access it or transfer it into, we have a UW Credit Union checking account. Now I can just transfer it in there if I need it quickly. And then the house fund is in what's Capital One, as well as our emergency fund. So you can see here that I moved or took out some of our emergency fund, but really that was just interest that had been building up or whatnot throughout the last year, and I decided to just put it into the house fund and kept our emergency fund at an even $5,000. We will be bumping that up once we're in the house and get some of that settled, because $5,000 will no longer be enough to cover expenses if both of us lost our jobs for 3 months. But it's still a good safety net for us right now. Retirement, I haven't really updated this. I should take it out because I really haven't done much, but that's kind of my goal in the next year once we get settled again, is to work on some of that retirement. We are both putting money aside. I just haven't updated this on the amount. And then lastly, the HSA is for any of the health expenses or whatnot. I just been contributing $100 a month. However, there is a fee unless you consistently keep it at $2,500 or your employer pays into the account, which it's a previous employer for me. So I'm building it up to at least $2,500, and then I won't have that $325 fee. So that's what that is. All right, so you can see for March, it looks like we didn't put anything in the house fund, and that is because we had, if you saw my video, we had $2,400 of expenses in our earnest money in paying our home inspection. So instead of putting that into the savings account, that was paid up front. The only one we really did contribute to was car maintenance. Over in this column, you can see kind of our set goal. Originally, our goal was to have $25,000 in our house fund, so that would be 10% of our purchase of a house. Car maintenance, I feel good about $750 for that account. Cats, we're actually over the amount, which is also why I haven't contributed lately, because we thought $500 was pretty good. Obviously, a big vet bill or something like that would be more than that, but then it would be taken from our emergency fund as well. That's just like a little buffer. And entertainment, we would like to get up to like $1,500 to be able to do something. And then gift money, is $750. That's enough for us to cover Christmas gifts and all of that. So on this side then, this is just for me to keep track of our kind of variable expense or yearly expenses. So we currently have to pay street parking. However, I think I mentioned before, because of the pandemic, they are not regulating the street parking, so we actually don't have to pay for it right now. And when we move, we won't have to pay for street parking by our apartment, obviously. Renter's insurance is due this next month, and then I called them to see if there's a month-to-month, or if I just pay for the year, will I get reimbursed? And that seems to be the easiest way. So I'll pay the $138, but then I will cancel it once we figure out our move-out date. Taxes are normally due in April. That's just a reminder, although this year we're going to be holding off just a little bit to pay for our house expenses. And then car registration, we have it in May and June, and it's a little higher for us because of the city that we're in. I'm sure that varies throughout the country. Amazon Prime I still get because I love my 2-day shipping or whatnot. And the shows, and with a student email address, I actually get it half off. So I did get it for $60 this last year, and I don't know if that'll be the same in July, but we'll see. And then this is just a reminder here, my husband has Xbox Ultimate, and he just needs to make sure to cancel it or decide to renew it or whatnot in October. So that's kind of how I keep track of all of our sinking funds as of yet and our yearly expenses. I just put notes in here, like here it says, I'd move the interest or whatever into this account. You can see some of my miscellaneous spending was my last grad course, and then just a reminder that I swapped out the savings account. So this is how I do things. I would love to hear how you do it, or if this works for you. I do have a template that I could send you if you want to email me. My information is down below. Otherwise, if you like these kind of videos, I'll continue to do them monthly just to show you guys our continuous savings goals. So I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.